Hello and welcome to the Aaron Russos podcast. Today's podcast is brought to you by air. Beautiful to breathe. How are we all today? Sorry, I have been having an interesting time for the last couple of days. Obviously, I understand a lot more of things because I've spent my whole life looking at these things that we don't, we're just totally all consumed, really. We're all conditioned. And anyway, so the last couple of days I've been trying to, I thought I've got the time. I'm going to go on to TikTok and I'm going to make 10-minute videos, 10 times 10-minute videos and debunk cancer. All the causes across the body, mind and soul, how we eradicate across the 3 planes that we live. Had to have the causes before we could find the cure. That no one in our history has ever cured anything. This is a really, really pivotal, profound and poignant, it's really, really special. And so basically I get on there and anything with the hashtag cancer cure, just the videos wouldn't upload. 3 of them just totally disappeared. I didn't even get a chance to think. I thought I've submitted that. So we're playing that game. One of them did get knocked back and I appealed it, and then it was eventually put back on because I said that there was nothing that contradicted the guidelines, though thinking that I was using misinformation, but I was saying it's all natural, risk-free and complementary. You do it with your doctor, so there's nothing sinister here. And all this stuff goes missing. Go to AI, go to different AI and go, can you look at my information about this protocol for cancer? And they go, no, the link's broken. So if I'm sending the link out to 1,000 people and they all go to use it and the link's broken and I'm not getting any traction, how is anyone going to get anything out there? All right, don't worry about me. All right, I've cured myself, I've healed others, I've helped myself, I've cured the top 3 problems in history. Fair enough. For whatever reason, the universe doesn't want me to get it out there. There's something blocking or conditional system in the way. That's cool. All right, don't worry about me. Forget about me for a second. What about the next guy or next girl that comes along? I've just found the cure for cystic fibrosis. Well, no, you haven't, because you'll never get it out anywhere, ever. I've tried for 6 years. 6 years. I can't even get someone to look at it. An organisation, and I'm talking about hundreds of organisations that have gone through. Now, if one of these organisations, let's call one of them out, okay? Because I've done it again. I've just recently sent a letter an official letter to Beyond Blue, who, if you're not sure, it's a mental health organisation here in Australia that gets, I'm sure they got $100 million, especially during COVID time, from governments. There's a bit of mates and jobs, and the board member of the National Mental Health Board here used to fucking run Telstra, which is Telstra Mental Health, yeah. And none of the numbers have reduced in suicide or anything over the years. They don't know what they're doing. It's just they want us to be seen to be doing the right thing. So someone else. So I've put it out there. I said I only want to talk to board level. I've got all the proof. Now, if one of these organisations, that or cancer, cystic fibrosis, all the ones that I've dealt with, and that I've healed many people, and you can talk to these people. If anyone wants any references of people that are, terminally ill of cancer and still walking around today from 2019, please send me a message. I'll give you their phone number. You can call any of them. So there's, but if any one of these organisations comes to me and says, all right, Aaron, show us what you got. I go, all right, cool. Give me all this natural stuff, give me a kitchen, and give me some sick people. And from day one, with no money, less money than what it would cost to feed you normally, and depending on what you had and what compounds were needed, many might need some CBD, that's all I'm saying, something natural. So bang, I get someone in, and in 14 days, I cure them of something that is incurable, the whole world thinks is incurable, okay? That opens up a thing, but I can't even get that. So I don't have the money myself. I have some friends. I can't even get traction on here to raise money. I thought, my Spotify and all that, people will listen, I'll get some money, and I'll be able to use that money. I'll be able to get my mate who's a cameraman on TV and be able to get him to, he's not going to charge me a thing, but he's got the cameras and he's got all this shit and he's fucking edited national TV shows. So I get someone, I do it, right? And it heals them and it's there on TV and we've had cameras on them for 24/7 for 14 days and it works. What does that do? Yeah? But I'm not given that opportunity. Same thing with cancer. The people that are coming to me with cancer, I never went to anyone. I don't evangelize. I don't go out, and I do not push that way. Yeah, no one wants to know my truth. Yeah, I've been studying what I studied for 30 years, over all of my life, and it would take you 30 years to catch up. So, cancer organisation, all right, give me what you got, because I've had the worst of the worst. Yeah, I've had people that had fucking 3 days diagnosis. They were actually going to turn his life support off. He's still alive today, and any of you can talk to him. But does that matter? No, you still don't want to know. Still can't break through. Yeah, misinformation. So, basically, at some stage, what do? I've sort of done a poor man's patent, and I've documented all of this. I've sent it to all my family members all around Australia and kept it sealed in envelopes everywhere, so that if anyone does come out with my protocols, healing protocols, any time in the future, it's mine. I own it. Yeah, you're never going to take it from me. I'm the first person in history to ever do this. Maybe now you don't know, maybe in 5 years, right? But when I'm long gone, I'm going to be a household name of the first person in history that sent us on a path to a disease-free world. And because he got the first couple, and he worked out the formula. He worked out the system that we belong to. He worked out that the divinity, our blueprint for our divinity is within our DNA. And if we just fucking stopped externalizing and went in and found it, we'd be able to find all these things. Just because we don't know the answer here in our conscious physical bodies doesn't mean that every answer can't be found out there in the universe. We are so limited by what we do, because humans limit themselves, because we're conditioned. Yeah, we've got free will. Yeah, so that's yin and yang. That gives you a choice to make a decision, and those decisions go to two different places. And if you want, you can get to the top, and if you want, you can be really good and positive, and if you don't, you can make bad decisions and you can go to shit and you can fucking fail. And it doesn't really matter. It's all your decision. And what's meant to be happening is, if you learn from any religion around the world, even though they judge and, punish and all that, there's no such thing. There's no such thing, because when you're not here, you're there. And when you're not there, you're here. So the duality lives here on the only planet of free choice in the universe. Yeah? Over there, there's no duality. There's no yin-yang. There's only yang. There's only knowing. There's only a soul's knowing. There's only cooperation. There's only love. So you're over there, you want something, yeah, we'll do it. If you want to find out the truth, because they're all in cooperation, they'll tell you exactly what you want to hear over there. They'll do anything for you. So if you want the truth, you've got to come to Earth. Earth is a testing ground. Earth is the testing ground. So, yeah, cancer. Very simple. Yeah. And as I go around traveling and I come into, like I haven't been down here in 30 years, visiting places where I went to school, and you drive in and then this big hospital, and it's got in big words across it, like giant letters, maybe 8 meters high, cancer centre. And I'm seeing them everywhere in Melbourne and capital cities and regionally, and in Noosa when I left, they were building this huge big wow. That is one of my goals in life, is to eradicate all these places, close them down. Now, if I went on the street on market day in Mornington like I did last week, and there was someone fundraising for the cancer centre, and I said, no, I'm not going to give you $1 to keep you looking after sick people and in their wretchedness for an extra day. I said, I'm going to try and close this place down. And they got all upset, all the old ladies. Old people is old energy. Yeah, you're never going to get anyone old to get the new energy. Just fucking give up on them, right? Absolute useless waste of space, right? Have you noticed old people don't change? I've been volunteering in nursing homes for 20 years, mate. I've been flogging fucking dead horses for years, right? Don't worry about the oldies, mate. They're never going to change. The young people, they're being born in a higher consciousness, a higher vibrating. If you get in your time machine and go back 50 years and jump out and go, hey, guys, how are you? What's the Wi-Fi like here? They'll go, what are you talking about, mate? It's not that long ago. We've all become a little bit of our own little problem. We are the problem. So trusting, we've never actually investigated anything. We've just trusted because it comes from people we love and people we trust. So we go, we're not going to spend the years going down rabbit holes and researching and find out for ourselves. We'll just trust what you said. Yeah. And the problem is that all that isn't that great. And then so what happens is you get to my stage where in 2018 I'm sick. I've been sick chronically for 8 years. I can't go on anymore. I was going to kill myself. I didn't want to be here. I thought if I have to deal with this disease and wake up and fucking go through this one more day, that's every day, I fucking can't escape it, I don't want to be here. And that was part of my healing, I think, that surrender. Because when you surrender, if you notice when you're really angry and you're crying and that, you end up laughing at the end, right? That laughter, I don't know if you know, but laughter and love change chemical composition within your body. And I'm talking about the good way, yeah? So basically, what do? What do you do? So basically, we need to get this out there. But it's not me, okay? I'm just the man that comes up with the ideas, okay? And it's not just cancer, heart disease. I know why all of these things, and they're quite an easy fix. I'm actually quite bored with cancers and things like that, and I'm moving on to mutated gene diseases right now. That's what I'm working on. I'm paving the way for your future. And I'm just looking like a crazy person, flailing out here because I've spent all my life trying to you know what I've spent all my life doing? I've spent all my life contributing to humanity, to making your life better. I'm a numerologist. I learned the energy and numbers from a guy I met at Harvard when I was younger, and I spent all my life giving away free numerology readings to everyone, over 5,500 all around Australia. I would sit at home with a loaf of bread and a bottle of cordial and some butter, and that would be what all I'd eat for 2 days, and I'd get up every day and I'd go and do 10, 15 numerology readings a day, hour after hour, every day, to enrich other people's lives, to make them realise how beautiful they are, to make them realise how magnificent and what they're capable of doing, to give them confidence to go and chase all their dreams. That's all I've done all my life, is everything for everyone else. I've spent all this time on this quest trying to work out what this whole meaning, this system that we're part of. And last year, it all came together. I found out. Now what? After a life of serving all you, that all of you collectively don't actually want to know, because of human conditioning. It's not your fault. I just want to put it out there. Consciousness is basically in levels, okay? In the past, there's not so many conspiracies of what you think. It's actually not so much a conspiracy, but it's just all they knew at that time. Yeah? That's all they knew at that time. So they couldn't really provide you with anything else. So most conspiracies are not really conspiracies. They're just conspiracies in your head. Okay. So where to from here? Well, you know what? I don't know. I'm about to just pack up and forget about this old life and just go and do me. It's very hard because I've sort of lit this fire within me and it won't go out. And I leave it. I've given up so many times, as you would. You know what I mean? You can't bash your head against brick walls 700 times and then continue just on. You know, you can't know the truth and have one foot in that and then live in this world of lies and have another foot there and go and live both of them. I mean, the amount of courage to do so is up there with some of the biggest feats that any human has ever done in their life. So, where to? Fuck it, just keep pushing, mate. Just keep pushing. Be a bit smarter. Yeah, go against it. You got to remember, I've got one thing that all of you haven't got. Yeah, to be able to do that in the first place, I needed to be able to be connected to get answers that no one else could get. I had to go back to that source, get some answers to why it wasn't happening, and then it was sort of given to me, and answers were given in synchronicities, downloads, but also I was put in these certain situations. I'm standing right in the middle of it going, oh, this is the answer to my question, isn't it? Yeah. So, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing because I love people. And because I think that, I mean, just in the last couple of months, someone's passed away of something. And yeah, they sort of got some of my information, but they did not treat it with reverence. They did not treat it with the respect and say, well, you know what? This guy's done it. It works 100% of the time when exactly this is done. So why would you take pieces and parts of it and not deliver it or not give me the call? I never got the call. Gave them some information, but I never got the call to say, you're on, come in. I would move into someone's house for free. You know, we're not talking about money here. I'm not a fucking business. I'm talking about humanity. Fucking hurt people, sick people like me. I know what it's like, so I'm saying help it. Heal first, fucking worry about the money later. I've always worked like that. You don't go and do 5,500 fucking numerology readings that take 4 hours each and an hour and a half to explain to people for free, out of the kindness of my heart. I did it because my teacher, he had these 7 sayings, and one of them was, greater the knowledge, greater the responsibility, meaning there's a reason why he gave me those and insisted on me understanding these, and it's because I had the greater knowledge that would help people. Yeah, all right, you're all karmically entangled, and some things, you've laid your own bed. But we're starting to cycle out of karma. Karma is part of drama, and we're becoming into balance. It's just that we're a dysfunctional, fucked up earth where we're just killing each other. We're still in fucking wars. We're in Ukraine and people still killing people. So we're far from becoming a graduate planet. We're actually in a shift at the moment. It's an accelerated time of shift. It's still fucking frustrating for people like me. But, those incurable diseases now, it's going to be down to synchronicity, to people getting to this podcast, to getting to my site, to start to get their heads around that, you know what, even mathematically, if you look at it, if you had cancer and you started from today and you looked at the body, mind, spirit, and what I say are causes, say you don't even believe me, right? So you choose to ignore me, not believe me or anything. originally when I healed myself, it was because I was open to everything and closed off to nothing. Yeah, I went right through the whole gamut and kept going, and persistence is success. Yeah, what a beautiful thing. It doesn't really matter if you fail in life. What matters is if you actually succeed in curing your incurable disease. So, we're going to keep pushing. That's all there is to it. Aaron Russo's podcast. Now it's getting interesting.